Welcome once again to Working Software, where we try to work with software and hopefully get the software to do some work for us. Previously, we looked at using JWT to secure access to our services, and we did that by hand. We crafted a token, we crafted the keys. Now, one thing we can do is, rather than doing that by hand, we can use an identity provider. In this case, we'll be looking at Keycloak to both provide public keys and the tokens that we need to access our services. And this is something that you would kind of use to centralize and secure all your services. Now, there is a blog that I wrote a few years ago, and we will basically follow this pattern. The first thing we do is install Keycloak inside Kubernetes, and as a IDP service running inside Kubernetes. You could run it outside, but we'll run it inside. And you can follow these steps as well. This will give you some insight to what's happening. Now, to do this, first of all, we've got Kubernetes running, Docker running, and we build the images as before. If you look at the previous video, we built this image here using buildpack, which is built using this command over here, and the two images are there. So if I were to look at Docker images and grab it for echo, there we are. These are the two. This is pretending to be two different versions of development, and we deploy it onto Kubernetes. Now, when we deploy it, it's basically open for anyone to access it. Okay, so let's do that. Before we deploy the images into Kubernetes, let's start up Istio and get it up and running, because that's what is being used to provide the security access. So now the previous video goes into this a bit more in detail. So there we are. Let's install that. So that's there, and let's add the label, which is this command, kubectl command here. This label is important. Without this, the sidecar won't be installed alongside the container. Now, to deploy the pod, we have this file here. Deploy the image into the pods. They'll have this file here, which includes the gateway, the virtual service, everything. And again, it's all in the previous video. So let's do that. And let's just wait for it to come up. Let's see. Using K9S to see where we are. So that's there. Let's just check. Right, so here we are. It's come up correctly because you see the Istio proxy there, which is the sidecar coming up. Okay. If you were to call it, there we are. Nothing stopping us from calling it. The health, right. Now to lock it down, whereas before we use JWT by hand, and that's the authorization YAML we applied to do this, we are now going to use Keycloak. So the first thing we want to do is to install Keycloak. Before we do that, we are going to create a secret in Kubernetes for access, to allow us access into Keycloak with this admin password and admin username. Obviously, you wouldn't put it like this in the clear. Yeah, don't do that. But here we are. We'll take that and just create a secret. And then when we run the install for Keycloak, we are going to reference this Keycloak YAML file here, which is this one here. And that will make use of that secret here and that password here when it deploys Keycloak into Kubernetes. And we are also adding this node port here, so we can just access it without doing port forwarding. Right, let's do that. So this is the shortcut I have, and there you go. Now this takes quite a while to start up, so let's have a look. There it is. Let's wait till that's blue. Well, blue and running. You can look at the secrets to see that it's present, and there we are. Keycloak settings, and you can see the secrets. Right, I messed up the password, so let's do that again. Let's just check this time. We've got everything. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's see if it's up. Yeah, it looks like it's up. So we should be able to navigate to this port there, localhost, and see it in action. Let's do that. There we are. And the admin boom, there we are, logged in. So we want Keycloak to provide us with the tokens and to provide Istio with the key. And we are pretending we are going to create a user to access the token. So let's do that first. So now this is slightly out of date, this article, but it's quite close. So this is quite useful, and the links as well. Now to get hold of the token, there's this command here, this one here, and this is the point access point. Come on, up to here. This is the command we need, like so. So the realm does not exist. That realm here does not exist. That's one we need to create first. So let's do that. Add realm. Create that. Okay, if we go back, right again, still won't work, but just to show you, we still need to create a client and the credentials, like so. So the username, password, client ID, and so on. So let's do that. So here we are. Create. And we're using OpenID Connect protocol. You can use SAML as well. Then we need a role. Not sure we really need a role. Let's try it without it and see what happens. User, add a user. Username again, Lado. And then credentials, password. set password. I think that should do. I don't think we need rows, but let's see. Let's see, and let's try calling it. Okay, account not fully set up. So yeah, let's remove that. Let's try now. Yeah, all working good. That was actually required username password. So first login, we should have turned that off when we created the client, the user, so you don't. So it's, otherwise they need to change the password when they first log in. So that's the token. Now, if you grab this and paste it in here, you will see that that's the issuer that it is expecting. That's quite important. If you look at the authorization here, this is the authorization we are going to apply for Istio to block access unless and until the correct payload in the header, correct JWT in the header is provided. It's very similar to the previous one that we did here, this one here, very similar, but this time we're using the JW key as URI location server for the tokens, as before we implemented it by hand. Obviously, you don't want to do this for a large organization. You can't do this. You really want a provider like this, and that's providing the keys, public keys. That's the issuer it expects for that access, which is good. It just allows you to demarcate realms and so on, and this will provide the token result in the payload as when we call it successfully. This is the access authorization policy, and basically it's blocking access unless and until this is correct. Let's try it now. So let's apply the authentication and authorization policies. There we are. Give it a few seconds, and now let's try calling. Right now, access is denied. Right, let's apply it to both. Access is now denied. So now, although the way we've configured it, the health point is still okay, still accessible. There you go, which is what we want. Now to access this, we need a JWT, a token, JWT token, and we can get it from the same IDB, same from Keycloak itself here, and this is the command I'm using to set up a variable, curling, and then using JQ and awk to set that up. And if I export it, if I echo it, it's already exported. That's the token. So now let's call it and provide it in the header, and call the full thing. There we are, that's working. And it should give us the so we've said that's the out payload, so just echoing that as well, the token here, which was we specified. So there you are, all working, all set up, running inside Istio and Kubernetes. One thing we can look at, And then let's quickly do that, just so it's kind of fun. If we were to do this, so access denied, that's what we want. And if you do this, again, access denied. But with the token, we're good to go. Now, just one thing we want to do is just apply the Istio dashboard. So we can let's look at the dashboard. So the early dashboard, and that's giving us a view of the system. Keycloak, probably need a bit more traffic. Access denied. There's a time limit on the token. Time's out. Let's try again. Yeah, there you go. So let's do that again. So let's look at there you go. There's a lot more going on now. Nice. Okay, that's how it all works. There's a write-up here if you prefer to have a look at that in more detail. The code's all available, and the access to that will be in the links below. Okay, hope you like that. Take care.